If everything is here in this illusion for our own healing, then I want you to take into consideration that if we know cause and effect is reversed, everything that we think out in the world is affecting our belief system. If you believe that everything is causing your internal feelings, then we need to reverse that belief system. Because everything in you, your original belief, your original thoughts, the program you're laying on everything is actually the lens that is causing everything outside of yourself to affect you. It is that inner seed of thought and belief that is causing all of your pain. So to bring this in practical use, I want to go into your day. If everything has purpose, and your ego is going to really struggle with this because the ego wants to fight that everything in the world is creating your inner atmosphere. But if we can for a moment have some faith that that is not accurate, and we can bring this into our day, we can know and use that everything that is coming up for us is for us to see and feel the distortions, the feelings, the trauma that has been inserted in this program. So in a simple matter, when we look into the mirror, instead of thinking that what we see in the mirror is causing all of these feelings, all of these thoughts, I want to reverse that. I want you to go in the mirror and whatever it is that you see, if it is aging, if it is acne, if it is love handles, whatever is arising in thought for you, I want you to witness those thoughts. And I want you to know that that experience of looking in the mirror is bringing up what thoughts in our belief system are already planted. So if it is, I am not good enough, if it's, I am ugly, I am aging, the desires to change ourselves, the gap between holiness and perfection, the suffering that is coming up, I want you to know that that was already there. Those thoughts are already implanted in you. And the version that you're seeing in the mirror is enabling you to have those thoughts come up to heal. Now, when we are healed and we are neutral and we are not using the world to suffer, the outer world does change. But we are not doing this to change the outer world. And this also isn't to say that we can't maneuver in the outer world. The loving guidance to take care of ourselves. The loving guidance to partake in certain foods, exercises, but we don't do it in a desire of fixing our thoughts, fixing ourself. We do it from the essence of love. When the extension of love is coming through our body, the teaching and receiving comes through our body, then we are able to actually represent wholeness. But if every action is coming out of a fear, a grain of implanted mistrust and fear, then it really doesn't matter what the outer world shows us, because we're just going to constantly be repeating the cycle of fear and fix, fear and fix. And one thing might change in the mirror, but then another thing will appear. And so we need to look at those thoughts that are already there, that the mirror is already showing us, literally mirroring back to us our thoughts. And we take those thoughts and we use those thoughts to appear and to hold and to know that we are going to alchemize that hate, that fear, that suffering. And we are going to bring that in, and we are going to relax in the love. I understand that looking in the mirror brought up these thoughts, and these thoughts are leading to my suffering. But the truth is, I am very holy. The truth is, I am held. And I am going to bring love inside this vessel, inside my consciousness and mind. And I'm going to heal these thoughts first before anything in the mirror changes. I'm going to heal these thoughts about myself first. And then actions will come up through love. And I will take those actions through love that feel loving, not fixing, to partake in this essence of wealth, of already whole. So once again, we are using these circumstances in the illusion that come up, that appear so real, that are there, that we're seeing them, to show us what we have held inside our body. And then we are going to alchemize those words. I have you. I am going to hold you. And when I take action, it's going to be out of loving myself. And I'm going to extend those actions, whatever it is, through the cosmos, through my body, through the cellular makeup, because that is the expression that we are feeling when we are doing things. If we're on a diet and we're fixing, the only reason you want to do that is because the thoughts are so painful. The guilt, the shame cycle is so painful. But then when you get to some certain goal, you are then already going to be protecting, because you didn't change the core essence of your belief system. So everything has to be protected, because all we did is laid a different version over ourselves of a different look, a different image, a different ego making. And those thoughts will still be there. So once again, let's use this practice. And I want to say it's simple. I want to say it's practical. But the truth is it's like changing our whole mental construct, because we've been told that we have to go do things outside in the world, and that will change our inner construct. We've been told that the effects of the world are causing our strife. So it's a beginning for us. It's a beginning for us to just do some mirror work and look in the mirror, and whatever comes up in that mirror, even if it's slight fear, slight protection, and even if it goes to rage and hate. Those are the things we are going to write down. Those are the things we're going to look at, and we're going to transmute in our quiet silence and bring the love in. Because the truth is, our salvation rests on our holiness. And I don't mean pie in the sky feelings. I mean truly your salvation of your health, of your wealth, of your love, of everything you're going to feel lies in your wholeness. It lies in the original consciousness of love. And everything that happens outside of ourselves, it has purpose and meaning. And the purpose and meaning is to show us what is here to heal, what is here to look at. And lastly, I know the ego is screaming right now because projection is so real and it wants to blame everything else. And it wants to blame the mirror for what it's seeing. It wants to say, this is true, this is true. But what is true is if we keep on looking in that mirror and shifting and changing without looking at the thoughts that the mirror is bringing up, we will never have peace. We will never have what we were here to feel. So let's come into the body. Let's look at those thoughts. We're not here to bypass. We're not here to blame. We're here to look the dragon in the eyes. We're here to write down those vicious thoughts. And we're here to hold them and know that my salvation lies on my holiness. I'm seeing those thoughts so I can alchemize and bring the truth into my body. I'm seeing those thoughts so I don't stay in the cycle of hate. I'm seeing those thoughts not to hack my body, meaning not to find more ways to fix, but to be guided to the loving journey of everything I partake in the world is part of the loving thoughts, led by the loving healers, the miracle works that I choose for myself. But not to change the image. That just comes because the holographic universe shows us. But first we have to change the thoughts. First we have to look. So come with me today and let's just be observant. Let's abide in silence. When we want to project out stories and narratives, let's just come back in and look at the words. Look at what we're saying. And know, once again, that the illusion is for our purpose. The illusion is for our healing. So hold it in love, feel it in love, and heal it in wholeness.